Taekook pushed thought each day with a medican focus. His mind set like steed. Each morning being before the sunrise with straight dream that left his muscles sore and aching. Then come and firearms training. It was just around shooting anymore. He had to learn everything: how to load different weapons, how to clean them, how to aim in the dark. The weapon kept getting more complicated, and every lesson reminded him that this wasn't a game, this was a life. Or then come to one-on-one combat session, painful. Every punch took a warm. He practiced learning how to break into system, how to erase his trails, how to survive in the world of code and wars. Despite the cursing weight of destruction, Tihan didn't complain. Thinking this is for Jesus, this is so she can live her life without fear. I'll carry this burden. He moved like a robot, emotionless on the outside, but inside he was barely holding on. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw his sister smiling, hugging him goodbye before his seminar. Ab- that memory gave him strength. Meanwhile, Jungkook had noticed the change almost immediately. Israel turned eyes with tiredness and distance. The way his smile didn't quite reach his face anymore. Jungkook stopped one evening. "They are you okay?" They weren't. Taehoong's room. Jisoo was away from that night and the house was quiet. Taehoong was folding some clothes. His back to Jungkook. Taehoong quietly, "I'm fine, just a bit tired. The seminar is intense." Jungkook walked to him and gently touched his arm. Jungkook firm but gently, "Don't lie to me. I know you. This isn't just a seminar. Something wrong." Taehoong frozen for a second. His lip parted, but no words came out. Taehoong softly, I can't talk about it, Jungkook." Jungkook didn't push. Instead, he wrapped his arms around him from behind and raised his chin on Taehoong's shoulder. Jungkook whispered, "You don't have to explain, but please remember I'm here for you always." Those words broke something inside Taehoong. He turned around and bring his face in Jungkook's chest. His hand clutched his back of Jungkook's shirt. Taehoong sobbing, "I'm scared. I'm going to miss everyone. I'm trying to be strong, but it's so hard." Jungkook gently stroked his. "It's okay. You are not alone. I'm here. I believe in you." That as Taehoong cried silently in Jungkook's arms, he felt something shift inside him. He was not just training of survival anymore. He was training to come back home to the people who week passed. Finally, the day arrived. Taehoong stood in front of Mr. Yoon, who handed him a thick file. "Mr. Yoon, coldly, this is your target. Study the floor plans. Study the people. You have one job. Go in, plan, and bug in their man, survive, and get out." Taehoong opened the file, scanning the details quickly but carefully. "Mr. Yoon, family, you will be taken there by another agent. You all enter and cooperation staff. Your face must not be caught on any camera. If you are seen, this entire mission failed." Taehoong nodded. "Done." Calm on the other side, but his stomach twinged with nervousness. Taehoong quietly understood. "No mistake, Mr. Yoon." Fairly good. "You know the drill. We don't need to talk more." With that, Mr. Yoon walked away. Taehoong stood in front of the mirror in the locker room. He wore the from white shirt with a black tie and blazer. Then he pulled on a black mask and turned his eyes under a cap. His laptop bag was ready. Inside were all the tools he needed. Taehyung thinking he was looking at himself. You can do this for Jisoo, for Jungkook. You all get in and get out. Don't be scared. He took a deep breath, one final look in the mirror, and turned off the lights behind him. He walked out of the room into the shadow once more. The black Mercedes van with the tinted window waited quietly outside. Its engine hummed soft as if sharing Taehyung's anxiety. His climb in gripped the strap of his laptop bag tightly. His hand trembled as he forgot with the fake ID card handed around his neck. Taehyung thinking nervously, just breathe, just get in, plant the bug and get out. You be done harder things is training. The van drove out the city and finally stepped in front of a large building. As the hung stepped out, he looked up. A heavy wave of anxiety hit him. The unthinking heart pounding this place. It's looked just like a flash of memory. So thought him Flixie, his friend, running beside him. The sound of Flixie falling into the street spluttered everywhere. Taehyung had scanned his name, but Flixie didn't move. He shook his head, forcing the memory away. Taehyung whispered to himself, "Not now. Focus, Taehyung. You have to finish this." Taking deep breath, he entered the building. The lobby was filled with the smartly dressed worker. He made his way to the elevator and pressed the button. Try to calm his racing heart. Taehyung thinking, you can do this. Just look confident. Just another office worker on another normal day. The elevator didn't and the door opened, but the memory he stepped out into the distant floor. His stomach twisted. Security personnel were everywhere. Taehyung thinking in panic, why are these so many guards? Mr. Yoon never said it won't be like this. He walked forward carefully, clutching his ID. A tall security guard stepped in front of him. Guard, ID please. Taehyung nervous. Yes, here is it. He handed over the card with a slightly shake in his finger. The guard stared at the ID, then looked up. Guard, take off your mask. Taehyung frozen, a cold sweat from on his brow. He hesitated for a second too long. Taehyung thinking, if I take it off, I might be caught on camera. If I don't, he'll get suspicious. Slowly he lowered his mask just enough to show his face, but tilted his head away from the nearest CCTV. The guard looked at him for a moment longer, then finally stepped aside. Guard, you may go. Taehyung softly, thank you. His heart was pounding as he walked past. He moved quickly but carefully to the room. His hand walked fast, tapping in SS code, unlocked the cabinet, and planting the tiny bug inside the server. Just as he was about to say it, break up unknown voice. Excuse me, who are you? Taehyung frozen. His back shifted. His heartbeat roared in his ear. He turned slowly, facing a calm expression onto his face. Taehyung smoothly, I am here to fix and service issue. IT department sent me. You can check with the manager. The man. Suspicious man. I'll go check with the manager. You stay right here. The man turned and walked away. Taehyung breathed closer. Every alarm in his body screamed to run. Taehyung thinking in panic, I can't wait. If he check, I'm finished. He looked around quickly, then with silent step he moved down the hallway, tried not to draw attention. His heart was thundering painfully. When he reached the elevator, he pressed the button. It blinked slowly. too slowly. He glanced behind him. The suspicious man was back. Their eyes met. Suspicious man. Hey, you! Taehyung didn't wait. He turned and sprinted for his fair escape. He kept his step quiet and steady, doing everything he could do avoid attacking move eyes. Just he reached the door, he swung open with force, and someone grabbed him from behind. Taehyung shouting strongly, let's go of me. Before he could fight back, he was so inside. A strong hand pinned him against the cold wall. Taehyung angrily, I said, let me go. He turned his face, ready to throw a punch, but stopped. The man holding him was too close. Their faces were only inches apart. Stranger calmly, I am here to help. Taehyung's eyes widened. The man was his eyes. Something about him felt so familiar. Taehyung whispered, do I know you? The man didn't answer. Instead, he grabbed Taehyung's arm and pulled him toward a back hallway that led outside. A side door opened and the small black Mercedes van waiting. They climbed in quickly. The door slammed shut and the wheels sped away. Taehyung sat breathless, his back pressed against the wall of the van. The stranger sat across from him, calm and silent. Taehyung slowly looked up, and his voice caught in his throat. His parted in disbelief as his eyes filled with shock. Taehyung barely whispered, Jungkook. It couldn't be, but the eyes, the way he moved, it was unmistakable. The person who had just seen him was Jungkook. Taehyung mind upon like a storm. He sat frozen, unable to understand how his world had suddenly changed. Everything he thought he knew about his life, about the people around him, was now chasing down like broken glass. The van was silent. The only sound was the low hum in the engine and the heavy breathing of the driver. The driver holded a weapon pointed at Taehyung's direction and spoke coldly. Driver, sit back, don't move, don't speak. Taehyung nodded slowly, sinking back into his seat. His body trembled slightly. He turned his gaze to the front of the van. There sat Jungkook next to the driver. His back was straight, shoulders tense, and his face was unbearable. Taehyung thinking, is that really him, Jungkook? How can this be real? He stared at Jungkook's profile, hoping for any sign, any emotion, but Jungkook didn't look back. Taehyung thinking, is this a dream, a horrible prank? Has my life truly become this dark and twisted? No answer came, only silence. The driver back to camp felt like a lifetime. Taehyung kept gazing towards Jungkook, hoping for a glance, a word, anything, but the silence wrapped around them like a heavy blanket. When the van finally stopped at the camp, Taehyung didn't even register it. His mind was too busy trying to piece things together, but then he noticed Jungkook stepped out of the van, his body moving with intense energy, his fists clutching tightly. Taehyung thinking, where is he going? Jungkook stormed towards Mr. Yoon. Inside Yoon's office, Jungkook slammed his hand on the desk. The sound echoed through the room like thunder. Jungkook promptly, what on earth did you do? Taehyung stepped just inside the door, eyes wide with shock. He never had seen Jungkook like this, always calm, always steady, but now he was like fire. His face was red, his jaw clenched, and his eyes, those familiar eyes, burned with fury. Mr. Yoon stammering, I don't understand, sir. Before Yoon could finish, Jungkook stepped forward and grabbed him by the collar, pushing him backward. Taehyung whispers to Jungkook he was frozen. This wasn't Jungkook he had laughed with. This was someone well, someone dangerous. Jungkook low voice threatening. Do you realize what you be done? You be put a whole year of my work at risk. Do you even know who you required? Mr. Yoon nervous. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know. Jungkook pushed him against the wall, his hand still grabbing Yoon's shirt. Then he let him go with a sharp breath. Mr. Yoon quietly, please calm down. Let me explain. Jungkook wasn't listen. His chest rose and fall with every anger breath. He turned suddenly and his eyes met Taehyung's. For a moment, everything stopped. Their eyes locked. Something passed between them. Unspoken, painful, deep connection that still between them despite the storm. But Jungkook looked away almost immediately and headed towards the door. Taehyung softly, Jungkook, wait. Jungkook didn't stop. Taehyung stepped forward, racing out, clutching Jungkook's arm. His voice trembled. Taehyung, please tell me what's happening. How did you end up here? And did Mr. Yoon force you? Did he blackmail you? I'm sorry, Jungkook. I didn't mean to drag you into this mess. Jungkook stopped walking slowly. He turned and looked at Taehyung. His face softened. Jungkook gently Taehyung. He raised up and placed his hand on Taehyung's cheek. His palms were warm and comforting. Jungkook quietly, it's not your fault. You didn't drag me into anything. But right now, I need you to go back to your room. I promise I'll explain everything later. Can you trust me and do that? Taehyung stared into his eyes. He wanted to scream, to cry, to dim and swear, but something in Jungkook's voice made him stop. He nodded slowly, then, okay, but please don't set me out again. Jungkook gave him a small nod, then turned and walked away into the next office. Inside the office later, Jungkook sat down heavily in the chair, exhausted, covering his face like a shadow. Mr. Yoon closed the door behind them. Jungkook tried, why? You are ruined everything, Yoon. Mr. Yoon, sir, I don't know, I swear. Jungkook angrily, he is the brother of my object. Uh, how could you miss that? I've been uncovered for a year all of it could fall apart now. Mr. Yoon face turned filled with guilt. Mr. Yoon, we didn't find him in the record. He mentioned his sister had a boyfriend, but we couldn't trace the name. Jungkook Lin. Jungkook leaned forward, his forehead with both hands. Jungkook, it doesn't matter anymore. What matters is that he is here now, and now I have to clean up this mess. Mr. Young shifted in his chair. Mr. Young, he is the one who broke into our system. We found his digital signature. Jungkook looked up shocked. Jungkook, he did that. Taehyung. Mr. Yes, sir, we tracked it back to him. Jungkook to himself, I thought he was just scared. I was wrong. He leaned back in chair, eyes unfolded. Jungkook thinking he is brave, smarter than I thought, and now he is caught in the middle because of me. For a long moment there was silence. Jungkook softly, almost himself. If only I could take him away from all this. Taehyung sat alone in his drawing room. His fingers trembled as they hovered over the screen of his phone. His eyes stared blankly, not at a message or a picture, but the quiet, painful truth sinking into his heart. Taehyung thinking, should I call her? Should I tell her everything? His chest felt heavy. He knew he couldn't hide this from his sister forever. Jungkook, her boyfriend, had been dragged into this nightmare because of him. All because he had been foolish, chasing money, blinked by depression, and thinking, whispering to himself, "It's all my fault. I ruined everything, Jungkook. I dragged you into this mess." Taehyung woke up his eyes, but he wiped them away quickly. Just then, a knock on the door startled him. His breath caught in his throat, his heart pounding wildly in his chest. Taehyung softly, "Please, let it be him." He rushed to open door, and there he was, Jungkook, standing in the doorway, calm but clearly tired, eyes filled with emotions. Without a second thought, Taehyung threw himself into Jungkook's arms, his body shook as he tightly, finally letting the tears fall freely. Taehyung cried, I'm so sorry, Jungkook. I didn't mean for this to happen. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I didn't know what else to do." Jungkook softly holding his clothes. "It's okay, Taehyung. I'm here now. Have we got you? Don't cry. Please don't cry." Jungkook arm wrapped around him like a soft hand. He gently ran his finger up and down Taehyung's back, tried to erase the guilt and fear pouring out of him. Taehyung thought, sobbed, "You shouldn't have come from me. You shouldn't have gotten involved. This is my mess, not yours." Jungkook firmly, "But can I choose to come for you? No one forced me. I couldn't just let you disappear." Jungkook pulled back slightly and looked at him with warm, serious eyes. He gently guided Taehyung to sit down on the bed, stay close behind him. Jungkook gently, "Taehyung, the day I dropped you off at the airport, I didn't leave right away." Taehyung looked at him confused. Taehyung softly, "What do you mean?" Jungkook calmly, "I stayed. I had a strange feeling something was wrong. Then I saw you walk out of the airport and got into a van. That's when I knew something was off. I followed the van, and that's when Mr. Yoon found me." Taehyung asked, "Why did you follow me?" Jungkook nodded, "Yes, they told me that if I wanted to keep you safe, I had to work with them. I couldn't say no. I promised your sister I would protect you no matter what. That's why I am here." Taehyung looked down, his voice shaking. Taehyung whispering, "I don't deserve your help. I lied. I made a terrible choice. I was so greedy for money." Jungkook softly lifted Taehyung's chin. "You were scared. You were trying to survive. That doesn't make you are a bad person. You all make mistakes." Taehyung's lips trembled. He didn't know if he believed that, but hearing it from Jungkook made it feel a little less possible to forgive himself. Jungkook serious but caring. "There one thing I need from you. You have to promise me something." Taehyung nodded slowly. "Anything, Jungkook. Don't tell your sister about this. Not now. Not safe for her. Please, I need you to keep this between us." Taehyung hesitated. The guilt rised back into his chest. Taehyung softly, "But she loved you. She deserved to know the truth." Jungkook gently, "I know, but not yet. I'll tell her when the time is right. I just need a little more time to finish what I started. Can you keep this secret from me?" Taehyung wiped his eyes and took a deep breath. Taehyung quietly, "I promise." They sat there in silence for a moment, both lost in their own storm thoughts. Then Taehyung looked at him, his voice honest. "Taehyung, what do we do now, Jungkook? What's going to happen next?"